we have a special episode. Actually, we're not calling it an episode, but we thought that we would talk to everybody today in a new series of sorts called Sobriety Sunday.
Yep.
I was talking to Andrew this morning, and he told me that he was struggling a little bit. So we thought that this is a great opportunity to kind of talk about that. Um, because I know that there's a lot of people right now who might be struggling with that as well, and would benefit from hearing Andrew kind of talk about the challenges and the struggles that he's facing. So, Andrew, um, go ahead. This is a platform for you to kind of vent.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just like first and foremost, um, for a long time, I felt like maybe my situation was unique, and that I was the only one in that situation. And you should know that your situation may be unique, but you're not the only one um, that's going through the struggles that you're going through. There's somebody else out there that feels the way that you feel. There's somebody out there that is dealing with the same thing that you're dealing with. And that's something that's definitely kind of helped me cope. Um, so for me personally, I struggled with smoking weed and drinking. Um, and addiction just kind of runs in my family on both sides. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if Grandpa John struggled with. Did he?
So, yeah, my dad definitely was addicted to pain medication,
Mm-hmm.
prescription meds,
Mm-hmm.
and called himself a recovering alcoholic. Didn't drink, the last years of his life, but, was a recovering alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad's side of the family, I think that
My dad's an
they,
alcoholic. My grandfather is an alcoholic, and then several family members on that side, including my sister, fight with addiction to various substances. Um,
food.
yeah, food for me is when I've always turned to food, but especially after I quit using weed and drinking. Um, Sugar is my drug of choice now for sure, and it's so difficult. My mom didn't know, but I smoked cigs for a while, and it was just something that I was around it and I did it, and then it became normal for me, and then it became just kind of like a part of stuff. So I would drink and smoke with when I drank. Um, those two go hand in hand. And then when I started cutting back on drinking and smoking pot, um, that would be my vice. If I felt stressed, where I would normally smoke a blunt or a joint, I would just go smoke a cigarette. Where I would take a shot, instead of taking a shot, I'd go smoke a cigarette. So that became my vice, and you work it into your daily schedule. Where even when I was playing my game, my video game, we would take a break, and that would be our break. Was we'd go smoke, and then I'd go, get back on the game. So we'd go smoke and talk about things that we did on the game or things that we were going to try to improve on. Just kind of recap what we were doing, and we'd smoke. Um, but yeah, I am nicotine free, alcohol free, and THC free, and it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle.
How do
Um,
you cope? What are some other people, if they're having the same struggles lately? What are some things that have been
Honestly,
worked for you?
find a program. Me, because I was in the military, uh, I get to go through the VA. I have a substance abuse group every Monday and Wednesday through the VA, and so I know when I feel like okay, I want to do this. I don't know if I can. I'll say, hey, you know what? Just sleep on it. We'll think about it tomorrow. Let's not do
Take a
it
lot of
today.
naps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's what you got to do, you know what I mean, and that's what you got to do, or find another way to keep yourself busy. So eventually, I just keep doing that. Like, no, even if it's in the beginning of the day and there's no way that you're gonna push it off till tomorrow, just say, not right now. Give it an hour, give it 2 hours, and I'll revisit the thought. Um, and then eventually, I would get to the point where, well, my group is tomorrow, or it's Saturday. I have my group on Monday. Let's just get to Monday, and then I'll talk about it and get feedback and listen to everybody else talk, and um, it renews my strength to say no. Kind of
So
refills my willpower.
other people who aren't, of course, likely part of the VA, how can they find meetings, groups, etc.?
Just there's tons online. I haven't gone to any other meetings outside the VA, but especially with you know what going on during the pandemic, it's like everything's online now anyway. You could literally Google
Virtual
it.
meetings. Yeah.
You could literally Google it, and you could find one in Michigan or Texas. You know what I mean? It's not location specific anymore because it's online. So
So every day of the week, just about any time of the day, they'll be able to find something to
you
help
you,
them,
sh-
a
you should be
support
able to
group.
find something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and honestly, it's really just the willpower to take that step, to seek help, and it can be super tough. You know, if you're like me, I am really impatient, especially when I'm already aggravated or craving something. So looking online and not finding something, or it could be off putting, but just don't give up, man, because once you find what you're looking for, you'll feel so much better.
Yeah. You can also email Andrew Thompson
Hmm.
Talk Podcast at gmail.com.
Yep,
And
and I'll be more than happy to talk with people about just stuff that they got going on in their personal lives.
Sobriety Sunday, everyone.
Sobriety Sunday.
If you're
So
on
today
the
I'm
path, yeah.
Yep, today I'm struggling. Um, I really want to drink. I really feel like getting drunk, um, and smoking a cig. But I'm
So
not going
today,
to.
for today, he's doing a podcast with his mama.
Yep, that's my outlet for today.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not. I'm gonna try not to turn to food either. I've done pretty well this morning. Had an apple and an omelet with spinach. Probably have chicken breast. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get my shit together, and because honestly, sugar's just as bad. You know what I mean? If you, I'm already aggressively obese. Like I'm really overweight. I should not be this heavy. And so that's something that I'm working on. But hell, if I turn to sugar, I might as well just smoke a cigarette. You know what I mean? Because it's almost just as bad. Because it's not like I eat it in moderation. It's I If I turn to it as a vice, then I'm binging on it. You know what I mean? It's not. I have one cookie. It's I have the box. So struggling hard today, and just felt like I wanted to get it out there. It's super hard to talk about, especially mental health issues are hard to talk about as well. Um, and I'm sure I'll end up doing like a mental health Monday or something like that, because there's, outside of being funny and telling funny stories and stuff like that, there is a really, really dark side that I live with every single day. And medicine is great, medicine helps, but it doesn't fix it, you know. And even with the medicine, some days, just, um, it don't feel like being here. And it gets hard to cope with all of that. Um, so if you are out there and you're struggling and you want to find a different way to cope, message us, thompsontalk.com. I'll
Thompson
reply to
Talk
you.
Podcast at
That's right.
gmail.com.
Yep, you're right. I'm wrong. Send an email and I'll reply. You know, because you're not alone, and I feel you.
Thanks for sharing, Andrew. And we'll do this again next Sunday.
See you guys later.
Just for today.
Yeah.